Hello everyone. Hope you're having an excellent evening today. I'm doing pretty good. We're back with another building live stream, mock building live stream. We're back on the Helldivers after a couple weeks break. If you don't know what Helldivers is, it's a sci-fi video game that came out, I think it was last year, and it's a lot of fun. It's very enjoyable, worth the Google. Check out some gameplay if you haven't played it. If you have played it, hopefully you can appreciate some of the fun things we'll be getting into in this build. Behind me you'll see a bunch of pieces, a bunch of red pieces for a very specific reason. We've also got a bunch of light gray over there, and the reason we've got those two things is because that is the colors of the planet Crimsica, which is the scene where I'm hoping to create a Helldivers battle scene for a MOC. It'll be about the same size as a 12-hour build, but I don't know if it's going to be classified as that because we're doing this on a live stream. We're taking our time. We'll see if it ends up fitting into that somehow. Maybe I can kind of calculate how much time I've spent on the live streams as it would be in a normal situation. We'll figure it out. Anyway, yeah, so this is what we're going to be doing tonight. It should be fun. We should be for at least an hour, but we might be able to go to 2 hours. We'll see. I know I can guarantee at least an hour before I get too tired to continue building. Yeah, but given landscapes are like one of my favorite things to do, shouldn't be a problem. But just letting everyone know, it's at least an hour. Let's go ahead and say hi to some of the chat here, and we'll proceed. So Ryan is saying, hey Mark, can I send you a picture? And yes, Ryan was also saying, try again this evening. Hope everyone is well. Yes, Ryan. Ryan Eels. So sorry about accidentally bamboozling multiple people yesterday. Normally, this video appears on Friday. I was kind of busy and tired on Friday. Just didn't work out for my schedule to do a stream then, but I knew I would be free tonight, and so we moved it to Saturday instead. So it's a little bit of a different day, but usually Saturday does fine too. Usually most people are able to attend for a little bit. So apologies for those who are expecting it on Friday, but we're back. And if you can't make it now, you can hopefully see the replay. I know that a lot of my friends are in Chicago this weekend for a very big LEGO convention. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Cross is also here. Good to see you, Cross. Sorry, Mark, I might be late. No worries, Cross. We'll see ya if we see ya. No pressure, no worries. And that LEGO kid says, I'm literally streaming in 1 minute. Oh, sorry, that LEGO kid. Live streams, you schedule them in advance, and that's what happens. I hope you have a great stream. Good luck. So, and then, yes, so Ryan, feel free to send me any pictures of your LEGO MOC that you would like to. I'd be happy to discuss them in chronological order. There's a couple other MOCs I have to get to first, but any MOCs you want to send to me, please do so. They will eventually get on the video for sure. So, Grumpy is here as well. Good to see you, Grumpy. And moving on, we got a good question from Gato Bokiro. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hello there, Mark. I'm here just to say hello, but also about the video mock reviews, I'm thinking of sending you some of one that I made. How often do you think you'll be able to make these? Every month? That's a great question, Gato. I'm planning on doing those on a weekly basis, so it should be Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon. You should see that video come up. And yeah, we'll hopefully cover at least 10 builds. I think I can consolidate my discussion time a little bit and maybe bump it up to a dozen. We'll see. All I know is I think I have enough builds in my email to do 2 more episodes at least. So if you're going to send me a picture of your MOC, please do so, but it might be a few weeks before you see it, just because I'm trying to do them in basically chronological order and trying to cover as many different people as possible. So yeah, we'll hopefully see your MOC at some point. Teaver is here. Good to see us, Teaver. Hope you're doing well. And Anna's World of Bricks is here as well. Good to see you, Anna. James McGee. Yo. Good to see you, James. Hello is here, or H_ELLO. I'm going to say hello, because I think that's what you were trying to imply with that username. Good to see you, hello. And then Okai is here. Good to see you, Okai. Andrew is here from the UK, if I'm not mistaken, because I've seen Andrew a couple times. Andrew's a regular. Nathan is here. Good to see you, Nathan. Not sure how long I'll be here, but hi. No pressure, Nathan. Glad you stopped by. Feel free to leave a like if you have arrived and you're enjoying the stream. Broken Bone Bricks is here. Good to see you, Broken Bone Bricks. Hello, nice to make it to the stream. Yes, absolutely. Glad you're here. Boosted Bricks is here too. Good to see you, Boosted Bricks. Lots of great usernames popping up today. Yes, Saturday is usually a pretty good streaming time, so when I can stream on Saturday, I try to. Let's see. Cross is here. Good to see you, Cross. And Okai said, with Father's Day tomorrow, today works better for me. Yeah, that does make sense. I will probably be streaming tomorrow evening because I'll be spending lunch with my dad for Father's Day. So that's when I'm making that work out for me. But yeah, let's build some HE double hockey sticks divers. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that is I think that hopefully that doesn't get on anyone's bad word radar, cuss word radar. But yeah, it is. That's what they are. HE double hockey sticks divers. Ben Kenobi's here. Good to see you, Ben. I think I know who that is. That's Ben's username. My buddy Ben, who we've played tank battles for years. And if I'm not mistaken, if that's a different Ben Kenobi, my bad. But hopefully that's the Ben I'm recognizing. Another Big Ben Vader is here. Good to see you, Big Ben Vader. And Alejandro. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But good to see you. So Green Dino Ranger. Good to see you, Green Dino Ranger. And 13 Bats. Good to see everybody. A bunch of people here. Thank you all for stopping in. We're going to go ahead and get started building here. Let's switch to the just building environment for us here. Yes, so you can see everything that's going on. Let me move my keyboard just a hair. There we go. And we've got our little squad of Helldivers. They are pretty much unchanged since the last time we were working on Helldivers MOCs. We got different weapons that they're equipped with. They're ready to fight a bunch of bugs, bots, or squids. All the bad guys that they could be facing to defend democracy and Super Earth. Very heroic. Great squad of figures. They'll be watching us as we build here. Let's put them right in that corner. But I didn't put a poll in the chat because last time we did, we worked on some of the bug characters last time, and it was actually extremely difficult. Okay, it was. I was trying to find the right pieces. I wasn't finding anything that I needed. For the most part, I was lacking the correct elements to build them the way I wanted. So building that kind of precise thing is difficult for my collection. But we talked about this a little bit at the very beginning. What's easy for me is landscaping. I can build landscaping all day, every day, because that's how color sorting works well in that situation. So we'll be doing some environment, basically making the base for the Helldiver scene. I'm sticking with this footprint, which is a 32 by 32 and a 16 by 32. So a nice, reasonable size for a creation. Plenty of room to get some action, but not too big that it will take up too much space when transporting it to a convention. So that's I found this size works pretty well. And we'll probably be making more MOCs in this medium scale. But there's a couple of things we want to keep in mind when building. This is going to have hopefully an explosion in the background. So if this is the front of the MOC that I'm looking at, the characters will basically be in this area right here, and then you'll have an explosion behind them made out of clear pieces, illuminated with some wired lights. So it'll be lights inside of a plug, a wired plug, or a battery pack. Somehow they're going to have USB power right here. And you should have like a bouquet of lights inside a bunch of transparent elements right there. And that should look pretty awesome. But it does require a little bit of planning on our part as we're building. So I'm going to actually raise the entire landscape up by at least 3 or 4 bricks, maybe more like 5 bricks, and give it kind of a frame around it. And then once that frame is done, we'll build the environment on the top, almost like a little planter, almost a little a shoebox that has an environment inside. The border won't be above the terrain, but it'll be below. You'll have it just kind of overhanging a little bit. So that's the plan, and I think it'll work fine. We got all the pieces ready to go. Let me show you guys what we got. Let me put the Helldivers back where they were. So, because Crimsica is a very unusual color scheme, most of the terrain is red, or a little bit of dark red I'm going to mix in for some texture and some color contrast. But the grass and the small plants on Crimsica are red in the game, and it looks really cool. So we're going to do that and stick with these red plates that I've gathered ahead of time. We also have a bunch of red plates and bricks and slopes behind me here if we don't find what we need in here, which is totally possible. The next thing is, on Crimsica, the rocks are not red. The rocks are a light, chalky gray color. So light gray is the best color, combination that I could find in Lego. White would be a little bit too bright, and that would be a little bit too much like, what was the planet of, it wasn't the Rise of Skywalker, was it? No, it's the second one that I've forgotten the name of, The Last Jedi. There's a planet in the movie The Last Jedi that has red and white terrain, and I'm trying to make it look exactly like that. Should look a little bit different. But light gray should work, and we'll have some light gray rocks amongst the red terrain. Should look very interesting. But let's go back and make sure I'm not missing any comments. General Kenobi, exactly. Yes, that's me. Yeah, I'm glad I recognize the username, Ben. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Nexus to Zach is here. Good to see you, Nexus. Hope you're doing well. Mint figs. Yeah, the Helldivers minifigs are a lot of fun. They look very much like the kind of basic starting equipment that you have. You can really customize your character in the game, but these are the starting ones. And they look very iconic. So, Ryan says landscape. Yes, Ryan was one of the people who was voting for landscape last time. So Ryan is happy as I am that we're making some terrain for these guys. It should be very easy compared to trying to make some bugs and make those work. I'm determined to make some very accurate enemies for the Helldivers, but it might be more of a time-consuming, more methodical process off camera. So we have a ton, literally unlimited supply of black bricks from disassembling Tron, which is now fully disassembled. There's nothing left of Tron besides these bricks that we can work with. So we have plenty of black bricks to work with here. We also have plenty of filler brick. We still have plenty of tan. I don't know if Steve's watching, but yes, tan is still here. So we got plenty of tan bricks to fill out. More cowbell. I'm not sure where this cowbell joke came up, Brian, but I think it's funny. It's good. Yeah, well, let's see what we can do about the cowbell. Builds by Matt is here. Thanks for stopping by, Builds by Matt. Feel free to leave a like if you like Lego building live streams. I really like the dwarven build you posted, using sand green as one of the main colors. Really popped against the dark gray and looked great. Oh, thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. I was very happy with how that build turned out too. James McGee says, I like the use of the Black Tron Bounty Hunter torso. My custom Helldiver uses the AIM Soldier's torso. That would be a good one too, James. Yeah, that's just the one I happen to have a lot of, so it worked out well. I think I'm going to stick to on base plate versus overhanging on the base plate. I would love to do overhanging, but I don't want this build to get any bigger than this because I've measured the space in the bottom of my bins, and this is the right size. If it's any bigger than this, it's not going to fit as comfortably, so I've got to stick to this footprint here. Charge is dropping now. Exactly. If you've played Helldivers at all, you know that's how you get on the map, is like getting shot from a cannon on the ship. It's very exhilarating. So, very, very, very fun. I know that I was talking about a MOC from Darkside Berserkers last week, and they made a very convincing Helldivers scene. So very inspirational. I'll be taking some notes from Darkside Berserkers MOC. Hello says, ever play Titanfall 2? I played just a tiny bit of it. I own the game, but I don't think it's currently installed on my computer. I need to reinstall it and play it because I've heard a lot of people like that game, and the mechs look super cool. So, I need to get onto that. Hello. Crate, I think. Yeah, that sounds right, Ben. I've unfortunately forgotten most of that movie, so I should probably watch it again. Crate, aka Totally Not Hoth. Yeah, exactly. That's the one. Okay, yes. We're correct. The consensus is Crate. That sounds like the right choice. We're thinking of the same thing, I think. So, yeah, for now, we're just putting in this black frame, as it were, at least 3 or 4 bricks tall so we can get those lights underneath where we want it to and make it a nice sturdy foundation that's not going to fall over. Rip Tron. Yep, Tron is gone, but Tron did everything it needed to. It went to like half a dozen conventions. Everyone really enjoyed it. It went to Atlanta BrickCon. It did very well there, so I'm very happy with how Tron did. But I also was really done after a while of building Tron, ready to get to some new MOCs, like Ice Planet, for example. Been really enjoying Ice Planet. So, and eventually, I want to make a giant evil castle. Perhaps the end of this year, or later this year, we'll start working on a giant Vladix Dark Fortress, which should be pretty sick. I think it'll be pretty cool. Steven's very excited about that one. That will be a collab between the two of us. So, keep an eye out for that eventually. I think I want to finish Ice Planet really nicely before we get to that, though. And yeah, already we've put down more pieces in this Helldivers live stream than we did in the last one. That's how easy it is to build just larger landscape type creations in this format with this amount of space I have on the table. I do need a 2x6 though. There we go. That'll work. It's kind of rainy and stormy where I live, so you might hear a little bit of thunder in the background. As long as the Wi-Fi is working, we should be fine. If it rains, I got a roof over my head. We're in the studio. It should be good, but yeah. Tan filler, who could have guessed? I know that it's very funny to Steve to hear that, but yes, that's how it is. It's salt, not snow. It's obviously different. Yes, salt, not snow. You're correct, Nexus. I have radioactive translucent green flowing from Penguin's yard, trying to figure out and need help. Interesting, Ryan. Yes, feel free to send me an email. I will be happy to share my thoughts on the video. I don't know if I can necessarily help you solve your problem, but I can try. I'll give you at least some ideas. But yeah. Yeah, the dwarf build was amazing. Oh, thank you, Anna. Appreciate it. Grumpy J says, I should build an orc mock to go against your dwarves mock. Hey, Grumpy, that would be pretty fun. I would be excited to see that. I hope to build a few orcs scenes myself one day. I know I gotta do some elves and just some more, fantasy castle from humans too. Some knights and dragons and stuff. The dwarves mock was a great reminder why castle, and dwarves is kind of like, it's a sub-theme of castle. It's not true castle, but castle is my favorite theme, and that was a reminder why, because I just had a lot of fun building it. So. Scrant says, Pringleton. Okay, who's Pringleton? Tim says, hi, Mark. Sorry I'm late. No worries, Tim. Glad you made it. Good to see you. You are relatively early. We've only been streaming for 15 minutes, so you're doing good, Tim. No worries. Funny actually watching you look for parts. Yeah. Normally, landscapes aren't too bad when you're just looking for parts. It's like, oh, you'll eventually find them. But for the big Terminid bugs figures I was trying to make the other day, that was honestly causing me to stress out a little bit trying to find all those pieces. It was just... Well, that thunder was like less than a mile away. So I don't know if you guys heard that rumble. But yeah, so glad we've moved on from the bugs right now. I'll get to those later when I have more time to sit and ponder each piece. When you have 10,000 tan bricks, they become filler. More like 30,000, but yes. When you have all the tan bricks, it's easy to use it as filler. Yeah, we'll go a couple bricks high, see how that looks. I think 4 bricks might be the right way to go. We'll see. We'll see how we feel. Yeah. No limit on black bricks either, although I'm not using these for filler yet. Lemur Bricks is here. Good to see you, Lemur Bricks. I've got some really good clearance across 3 Walmarts. The Friends Adventure Camp Trios was for $95. Baby Bumpy for $15. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter for $72. Wow, those are some great deals, Lemur Bricks. That's awesome. Those are some really desirable sets, too. So, good job. Ben Kenobi says tan filler. Yep, that's I think yeah, Ben should know of my tan supply is almost unlimited. That being said, Steven's building some really cool Dino-Apocalypse creations, and he is using a little more tan, so maybe one day I'll have to switch back to yellow. We'll see. That day has not arrived yet. Yeah. Let's actually think about which is the back and front here. This is the front. This is going to be the back. Let's leave a little gap right here for wires or just access to the a battery pack that could fit in there. So I think this one might be a plug-in creation. Lucas Parsons is here. Yo, what's up? Good to see you, Lucas. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, Grumpy J says, well, Miss Gloria, I have finished the DJ booth for the Tampa show, and now I have to make an orc mock to rival Mark's Dwarves one. An orc mock would be great, Grumpy J. If you have the right figures for it, that would be killer. Heard it, yep. I'm glad I wasn't just imagining things, Ryan. That's good. Alright, let me get a little tan filler brick out here. Put down some of this first. Well, we should have enough pieces in time to get to the red and light gray terrain that goes on top for a little bit of the terrain, maybe not all of it, but we'll see. Let's make this nice and sturdy. Hopefully you can, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. There you go. Make sure that the camera can see which pieces I'm putting down. But yeah, we have Steven and I have a lot of tan pieces. It has worked out for our tan collection. One day I should make a big tan castle out of all these tan bricks, because it would be very easy to do so. Well, I say easy. It would be a lot of work, but it would be... we have the pieces ready to go. That's for sure. Had to pick up an engine crane to change the engine mounts in my Ute today. I don't know what UTE stands for, but it might have meant something else. So maybe that's what you call it. The rumble was very hearable for me. Good to know, Cross. Yeah, I mentioned it before it happened that it could get a little stormy out. It could be some rain and thunder, but we should be good. As long as the power and Wi-Fi stay on, we'll be good. Thought I heard Steven hit a gong. Oh, thunder. Yeah, Steven just stepped in the door. Boom. That's what it was. Now I hear the raindrops falling. You might hear a little bit of that too. It's been kind of rainy in central Georgia lately. Not complaining. It's probably better than drought, but it's something noteworthy. So that Lego kid is here. Good to see you, that Lego kid. Is your live stream going, or did you? How's that going? I hope it's going well. Doing good, working hard, and studying to pass the licensing test to become a certified physical therapist assistant. Nice, Nexus. That's awesome. Good luck, my friend. Hope it goes very smoothly and easily for you. Lucas says, I'm building a castle mock, Black Falcons. That sounds awesome, Lucas. Black Falcons are probably the most popular castle faction. I get it. I prefer Lions just a little bit more, but I really like the Black Falcons too. They're pretty awesome. I grew up with the reissue Black Falcon sets. I got the Black Falcons Fortress as a kid, so I'm very nostalgic for those classic castle games. I might get Helldivers once it goes on sale. It probably will eventually, hello. Yeah, it's that's how I usually try to get video games as well, as when they have those sales, especially like on Steam for PC gamers. You can usually get a good deal. There we go. Yeah, we're just lining up tan bricks right now. Pretty boring, but it's pretty essential too. You want to have this MOC be nice and strong. And don't want to have to do it solid filled bricks either. So there we go. And thankfully we got more tan where that came from. I ended it early because it went badly. Oh dear, that Lego kid. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, you can watch our stream and hang out with us for a little bit if you'd like to. I'm sorry the stream didn't go well though. Leo Brick says, got the other Friends Adventure Camp sets on clearance except for the archery one. I also saw a retired Harry Potter set at Walmart today. Retired sets at Walmart is always a fun sight, for sure. Didn't you already do that Dude Perfect sandcastle? That's where all this tan brick came from, Nexus. You can actually watch a video, a couple shorts on my channel about it, and see some information about that. And I think I have pictures on my Instagram, too. So if you want to see where all the tan brick was originally used for, you can check that out. Lucas says, same. Nice. Yeah, if you grew up with Black Falcons, it means that much more to you, right? So. Okai says, if you want, you could build a tan castle. It'd be great to see you build some Harry Potter sometime. Oh, Okai, that actually would be kind of cool. But no. I probably wouldn't build Harry Potter first. I'd probably just build like a cool Crusader castle or something. Maybe a desert-themed castle. Oh, speaking of desert-themed castle, has anyone seen the Bricklink Designer Program sets that dropped at Brickworld Chicago today? I saw some pictures on Instagram. They look pretty awesome. There's Pirate Fort, which Malistair would like. There's a castle, a desert-style castle, actually, which is very much something that I like. And then there's a train, a very nice yellow, I think it's black or dark blue, yellow and some of the color train. There's a big set of Science University. I think Cheesy Studios has built that MOC before. More than once, if I'm not mistaken. That's one of his favorite MOC builds. So yeah, when I saw that set, I immediately thought of Caleb because of that. So yeah, there's some cool sets. I don't know if I am gonna buy them because I know that I could build the desert castle of my own. Don't have to spend however much it's gonna cost to get it. But yeah, I know they look pretty good. I'm glad this program is continuing. So some good things coming out of Brickworld for sure. Does anyone like have to get them right away? Is what I'm wondering. Is this like, oh, the train is a day one purchase for me, or the castle or the pirate. I know the pirate one might appeal to Malister in particular. Looked very, very cool. Malister says, managed democracy has entered the chat. No traitors allowed. Exactly. Hey, man, audio is low. Oh, dear. It's max volume here and on my audio mixer on OBS. It might be that we're getting some interference because of the rain. So let me know if you're having audio issues. There's not too much I can do to turn it up. My bad. But yeah, let me know if you're having problems. So now we're just adding a little bit of here. We're going to keep a little void in the filler area right here, perhaps, so we can get some wires to make sense. We'll probably build up the outside edge first and kind of work our way towards the back of the MOC here. That's right, Malister. Protecting the land of the free since 1775. Exactly. Malachi is here. Good to see you, Malachi. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. I was at Brickworld Chicago, but I did not go to that. Okay. Well, glad you got to go to Brickworld, Cross. That's awesome. I feel like there's lore in the live chats. There's definitely some, what's the word? Inside jokes, long-held grudges, or fun tit for tat, back and forth, that sort of thing. There's definitely some of that, hello, for sure. Mark, what set do you associate with me? Not a theme, but set. Well, I was going to say friends, but now that you've said that, I think one that comes to mind when I think about you, Lemur Bricks, is the Dolphin Cruiser. Because I think that you enjoy that set as well, but I'm not sure. I know that you and I have a shared appreciation for friends, though, so that's what immediately comes to mind when I see your comments pop up, Lemur Bricks. So. Let's see. The Lego Kid said, I won't be chatting much because I'm still building my F1 set because I didn't finish it on the stream. No worries, that Lego Kid. Appreciate you tuning in any way you'd like. No pressure, no obligation, no nothing. The main goal of these live streams is to get a little bit of progress on the MOC and have a great chat with everyone who's in the chat. And we've already done both of those things, so everything else is gravy. Everything else is bonus. So, can't wait for the Medieval Harbor. Should arrive soon. Yes, I'm expecting the arrival of the, I think it's the Siege Workshop, was in the same series, if I'm not mistaken. So I already pre-ordered that one. So that should be arriving at some point in the future. I've got the Forester Castle up there, which I have not opened. I got two Forester Castles up there. I've got the Mushroom House, the original one. I did not buy the second one, but I got the first one because I like the first one. So several Bricklink Designer Program sets that will one day be built, probably on a live stream. Might as well. But not right now. This is not the particular rainy day when that's going to happen. Although it probably will be a rainy day when it does happen. I'm getting a little bit of thunder in the background. Get the thunder! Let's see. Comments are pouring in. Let me try and keep up with them. Lucas says, if I'm going to dump money on a castle, I prefer it to be my own. Exactly, Lucas. Good point. Very good point. No audio issues at all at the moment for Cross. Good to know. So if it's quiet, my apologies. Maybe try turning up the volume on your device. Maybe headphones. The army is older than the Declaration of Independence. There you go, Malister. So 1770? No? 72? I need to relearn my American history. I'm probably making people roll around. Eyes are rolling as I try to recite facts that I learned in grade school. I know more about Roman history than American history. That's sad. That Lego Kid said, I built half on live, but ended early, so now I'm finishing the build. Gotcha, that Lego Kid. Well, go ahead and enjoy your building process. Yeah, we are doing pretty good. I think at this point we're gonna... We actually need some 1x2 bricks, and I don't see them in here. That'll work. Yeah. So, let me just build a little bit right here and a little bit right here, and then we'll start working on the next few layers of the border. We're basically just building a big block of bricks right now. David Bonds is here. Good to see you, David. Oh, a good question. Any thoughts about Will Arnett leaving Lego Masters? So, yes, I do have a few thoughts. I think that I'm a little sad because I really enjoyed Will Arnett as the host of Lego Masters. I don't think he was perfect, but he was pretty good. Not all of his jokes landed with me, but he was pretty funny overall. He definitely liked Lego, had appreciation for it, and he was decent with the terms of Lego. He never said Legos. He knew what he was talking about to a certain extent. And he did a good job with like the destruction scenes. So I'll miss Will in it for sure if he's not in season 6. It doesn't look like it is. Nick Cannon. I didn't really know much about Nick Cannon before he was announced on Lego Masters. I knew his name, but that's about it. My only issue is that he doesn't strike me as somebody who knows a ton about Lego. So unless I'm surprised, and he ends up really learning his stuff to be on the show, he might just be like, if he says the word Legos on the show, then I'm going to be annoyed. Because he has not done his homework to learn that you should not say Legos. You should say Lego because the plural of Lego is Lego. You know, little things like that that are part of the Lego community. So, Nick Cannon's got some big shoes to fill. But it could be good. I know some people are already not excited about it on Facebook and whatever, but most of the time people are just complaining about stuff online. So we'll see. That's basically my thoughts. Yeah, that was pretty big news though. That was it yesterday, today? That was pretty recent. I pre-ordered the Toothless set coming out. Where'd it go? I missed the comment. Cross says, I pre-ordered the Toothless set coming out July 1st. There you go, Cross. I'm sure you'll enjoy it when it gets there. By the way, nice, cool dwarf build reposted. Oh, appreciate it, Lorem. Yes, the dwarf build turned out very nice. I was very happy with that one. Hopefully that one will stay together for a long time. Leo Brick says, ironically, I don't have the Dolphin Cruiser. I was thinking the Mountain Cave. Ah, yes. I forgot you're a big fan of Minecraft too, Lemur Bricks. Yes, your Mountain Cave set. That was a great one. Oh, Chrome Vader stopped by too. Good to see you, Chrome Vader. Happy Saturday, everyone. Yes, absolutely. Philvs says, are you making a YouTube video about this MOC? I probably will, but I'll have to figure out a way to include live footage like this in the video if I'm going to be... Hopefully, I don't think I'll be able to finish it on a live stream. It won't be done by tonight because there's a lot of wiring and explosions and stuff that'll take a lot longer than we have time for tonight. But yeah, that's an interesting question. I do plan on covering it on my YouTube channel in a regular long format horizontal video, but we'll see. I'll figure out how that exactly happens at some point. So. James McGee says, some people keep a rainy day fund. I keep rainy day Lego sets. That's the way to do it, James. Absolutely. Ooh, a Roman history buff? Who was the only Roman that was elected consul for 8 terms? I mean, that's a good question. I want to say it's either Sulla or Caesar. Some of the specifics get a little blurry for me, but there's a couple characters that come to mind. So, maybe Pompey? One of those guys before the Imperial era, obviously, because once you were in the Imperial era, I don't think that being a consul mattered as much, but... Let's see. Hello says, I have been looking for MOC to do. Any suggestions? I want to do Helldivers, but it feels weird doing that because I have never played the game. Hey, if you want to do something that you don't really know that much about, it's okay. As long as you think it'd be fun and you have the right pieces to work with, that's totally valid. There's a number of Lego themes that I've done not too far away, just even weeks and months ago, that I didn't know that much about, like Life on Mars. I'm not a big Life on Mars expert, but I had a lot of fun building it because I had a couple figures, I had some of the colors that you need, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, if you if you want to make a MOC that you're not an expert at, it's totally okay. So I think it's more important to have the correct pieces to work with and enjoy what you're doing. So as long as it's something that you're enjoying, you don't have to know everything about it. So. Let's see. I got to keep up with the comments. Got lots of comments here. Will is leaving Lego Masters? Yes, Cross. That's correct. The new Australian Lego Masters is being aired now. Yes, I see that, Tim. It looks really good. There's some great builds coming out of it that I see on Instagram. I haven't watched it yet, though. I think I can watch it through a VPN, though. David Baum says, I bet they're contractually obligated to not use Legos. Yes, they are, but I think it'll still sneak in there. Teaver says, no issue with him personally, but it seems like an odd choice. It does seem a little odd. It's not, wouldn't be my first pick, but, I mean, he is a TV host, so he knows how to do that, so. Wanted to keep this myself, but please someone mark build Linsfarn. I want to do it myself, but you'll do it proper. I know what you're talking about. I believe that's a castle, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think I know the castle you're talking about, Andrew. So one day, I'll get to more historical castles. But those actually take a lot of work because you have to do them to just the right scale. So, yeah, it can be very tricky to do a historical build versus a fantasy build. Fantasy build, you can be like, yeah, does it actually make sense? No, it doesn't matter. Just a castle. Looks cool, right? But a historical build, you kind of have to actually pay attention to which doors and which angles and stuff. So one day. But maybe not immediately. So. Why is it people say Legos? It's not the correct name of the brand. I know, Tim. Some people say Legos. I've even occasionally said it in the past. I'm better about it now, but yeah. I'm guilty of saying Legos. Just grew up saying it that way. That's valid, Anna. I understand. So. I also said it when I was younger, for sure. I think Fox is trying to end Lego Masters. Nick Cannon ruins all the shows he hosts. Well, Grumpy J, that's bad to hear, but we'll see. I'm still hopeful. So. The plural of Lego is Lego. Exactly. I use Lego unless I'm trying to woo a gal who is casually into it and uses Legos. Good point, David. Yes, context and the environment is key. Like if read the room, right? So, nah, that sounds right. So. Gaius Marius, he was yes, arch nemesis Sulla. Okay, that makes total sense. I know who you're talking about. He did the important military reforms that made the legionaries as good as they were. So, but yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking it was somewhere in that era. So. They set the stage for using the legions to take over the Roman government with the civil wars. They set the stage for Caesar. Exactly. They were at it for a while. For sure. Yeah, if anyone is a major history buff, it's going to be Malistair, right? That makes sense. I know nothing about Helldivers. Yep, I mean, it's pretty simple, hello. You could probably watch some video game YouTube channels and learn essentially all you need to know. There's a number of good ones that I like to watch just for fun. They'll talk about some specific things, like which weapons are the best ones to use at the time, but sometimes they'll be more kind of story-focused as well. I think Super Earth Salute is one that I like to watch, so worth checking out. I agree with your not an expert in insert IP statement about MOCs. Yeah, so yeah, if you like MOC building, you don't have to be an expert at your subject. You just have to have the right pieces, essentially. Have the time to do it. So, know your limits and strengths. So I say Legos for Super Earth. For Super Earth? Exactly. For Super Earth. For Super Earth! My big GBC module sat for a few months untouched, but now I think intermittently stops when running. I think dust is causing friction. Gonna rebuild the gear trains to try to eliminate that. Oh no, Chrome Vader. Yeah, that's... I imagine that's a problem with big mechanical builds with gearing, that if something just kind of rests the wrong way, it could get out of shape, not work. I've never done a GBC, but I can imagine it's got lots of issues like that you could run into. Well, this has been a really boring build, but it's been a great conversation, so hopefully we'll get to some more colorful pieces here soon. Already this build is nice and sturdy. You can pick it up and move it around, no problem. I think I want to go another brick or two high. Just make sure there's plenty of room for all those lights, and make sure this is a nice sturdy foundation to work with. But we'll see. See how it goes. Thanks for the chat on that. I'll build it one day historically. I'll probably give up a shot at some point as well, Andrew, because I have a number of historical castles that I'm a giant fan of. I've never been to see a castle, never seen an actual castle. I've seen some forts in the US, but they're not quite the same. But yeah, that's one of them. I'm on to the last bag. There you go, that Lego kid. You've got this. Let's go Panthers. Beat those Oilers. Game 5 starts soon. Yay. Yeah, that's the hockey team, right? Am I correct in assuming that? Yeah, that's the Florida hockey team. I know because my buddy Lewis, who I do D&D with, is a big fan of the Panthers because he is in Florida and he loves hockey. So, Excited for the Florida hockey team to be doing well against teams that have a lot more time to practice on the ice in the outdoor weather. So I guess it doesn't matter since they all play in a rink, but anyone else collect Mega Constructs? I've never collected it, Lucas, but I have a big respect for it because I like the Halo figures and pieces. I think those are pretty cool. But yeah, I have not personally collected any. Just never got around to it. I think it's good that LEGO has competition sometimes, though, because I think that they're getting too comfortable pricing things too high. Just a little bit. Every now and then. No, Oilers all the way. Malachi, we've taken the cup again from you. Oh no, there's a rivalry happening in the chat here. Is there anything you wish could be LEGO compatible? What would it be? LEGO compatible? Like you're talking just like stuff in general? LEGO compatible. I think that LEGO for a brief moment was getting into LEGO patches and LEGO stuff that integrates with your clothing. LEGO pieces on my shoes would be cool. You know how Crocs have those little tidbits or whatever they're called that you put in the little holes? If LEGO had better attachment points for stuff like shirts or shoes or merch like that, I'd be super excited. But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon just because you'd probably lose half the pieces that you put on yourself. And then also it would just be hard to make the stuff that actually attaches LEGO pieces to. So if that answers your question the way it was meant, Charge. But yes, that's an idea of mine. Malachi says, but I'm probably just going to stick to watching 24 Hours of Le Mans. Yeah, that sounds pretty good too. That is a long time to watch TV, but you could probably take breaks. Get some sleep, unlike the drivers. Yeah, that must be a grueling race, if you think about it. And Dan is here. Dun 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 dun. Being upset about Legos is like being upset at illegal techniques. You're a customer, not an employee. Do what you want. Good point. Good point, Teaver. We should just be happy we have the pieces, right? So, I think as a TV host and as an ambassador for the brand, you should be a little more careful, but I get it. I don't get mad at people in person if they say Legos. That usually doesn't get me riled up. So, well, we're about 3 bricks high all the way around. Just a bunch of tan. Let's go another brick high here, and then we'll be good to go. And I think I'm going to do so the last layer, this is explaining my logic for strength purposes. The last layer of black bricks I did was 1 brick thick all the way around. And this time we're going to do it 2 so that it overlaps onto the tan pieces and hopefully makes it a little bit stronger. We'll see. Just so that this MOC is as sturdy as possible. And based on what we've got going on here, I may actually be sticking to just 4 bricks tall for the border, because that seems like it's tall enough already. But let me get it all wrapped around, and then we'll be good to go. Teaver, I'm not upset, just your English grammar is poor. Tell it like it is, Tim, alright. I mean, yeah, technically, it's more of a Danish rule, actually, because English, you're supposed to usually add an S to a plural, and unless you're like talking about like sheep or some other weird words that don't have a plural with an S. So anyway, I'm not gonna get into a grammar discussion. I'm pretty bad with grammar in general. So I better start stockpiling a TPU then. There you go. Northumbrian coast, exactly. Loved your sewage water, Malachite. That, in any other context, that'd be a really weird comment, Andrew. But yes, Malachite had a really cool MOC featured in the last MOC review video. I forgot the name of my own series for a second. MOC review video. That was a fun video. Turned out pretty well. People were asking, it was either on the video itself or on here earlier, that if, like, can they send me multiple MOCs at a time? And I say, please do. because several people, like Geology Joe and Adam Taylor, sent me multiple MOCs, like 4 or 5 each. And I'm not going to feature them all in one video and just take up half the video talking about one builder, but I'm going to spread it out over the next few episodes. So Geology Joe sent me like 3 or 4 MOCs, right? He'll be in the first 3 or 4 episodes because there's always something from Geology Joe to talk about. So please send me more MOCs. That means you get in more episodes and you get more time to be featured. So yes, absolutely. All right. And I think that's tall enough. I think we've gotten to the point where I'm pretty happy with the thickness of that build. And we can put the terrain on top and have enough room for some lighting underneath. This is like a brick or 2 thicker than Tron was. And Tron had a good lighting system underneath. So this should work fine. Let's put just a tiny bit more filler. We're out of filler in this bin. Almost. There's a few more. That's not good. But guess what? There's more where that came from. There's always more tan filler in my collection. I will not run out of tan anytime soon, still. Thanks so much. It was a challenge with the little parts I had in that color. Yes, Malachi, you clarified that it was... Parts limitation is why that wall wasn't taller in the back of your scene. Totally understand. I have been there many times. Even now, there are pieces I don't have. I have to kind of work around things. So, Geology Joe is here. Good to see you, Geology Joe. I didn't recognize you because you have a new profile picture. Looks cool. It looks like a little sketch of a person. It's either a rock or a face that is looking back at me. I don't like green plates and tan. Oh, I get it. Green eggs and ham. Green plates and tan. Teaver says, oh yeah, they'll definitely make sure everyone on the show uses the proper words. Hopefully so, Teaver. Hopefully so. It would be annoying if that was the first thing that we were greeted with on Season 6. I'm just glad Season 6 is happening. At one point, I wasn't even sure if Season 5 would air, and now it is. And Season 6 is going to happen at this point. So, yeah. We'll see. Let's put just a few more filler bricks down. And then we can get to the fun stuff, the terrain. Actually get around to building some stuff here. The question is, so my idea, I didn't sketch it out, but it's pretty clear in my mind. It needs to be relatively flat with some little plateaus and rocks here and there, so the terrain isn't going to be too steep. It's going to be relatively flat, but irregular. Kind of like the planet that we're basing this off of. So, we'll see what can be done. Maybe we'll do this. There you go. I want to get that back to that irregular pattern. Lots of tan bricks. Lucas says, you know they won't have any LEGO convention near me this year, which sucks because I wanted to take my castles as my first time going. Oh dear, Lucas, I'm sorry to hear that. LEGO conventions can be good for some areas and bad for some. I know for many, many years, the Southeast did not have a lot of conventions at all. There was very few LEGO conventions to attend. But now we've got several going on. The biggest and best of which is in Atlanta every February. So now I'm very happy and grateful that we have a pretty big, good LEGO convention nearby every year that we can bring our stuff to. So I feel your pain though, because for many years the nearest one was about a 3-hour drive, and we went to that one very diligently, and it ended up getting shut down over COVID anyway. So for a while we were out of luck. We were up a creek without a paddle. I graduated school before there was grammar. You sound like me, Grumpy J. Alright. We've just about got enough filler brick to start putting down some actual colors now. So that'll be good. Get just a few more bricks down. And we'll be good to go. Ryan Eels says, my Ragnarok, I can pick up from any corner one hand. There you go, Ryan. Having a sturdy MOC is a very worthwhile investment because that means it's not going to break when you try and move it. I've gotten into more sturdy MOC building lately, although in the past, most of my MOCs were fairly fragile and broke pretty easily. So I've slowly, very slowly, and very stubbornly learned that it's best to have sturdier MOCs if possible. There you go. All right, any more long ones? Let's see. There we go. That'll do the trick. Awesome. All right, we've got a nice firm foundation to start building off of here. We can put the black bricks aside for now, and we'll keep the tan ones here. Yeah. Because I think I'm pretty happy with the 4 high border that we're going to use. And we'll just build around it. Although that piece is a little bit gnarly. Let's get a different one. There you go. Alright. Let's keep the filler brick right there. And let's start putting... Oh! I just knocked out an entire squad of Helldivers. There we go. Put those back. We've got a nice terrain chunk. So, if we're looking at it from here, we want the front, this area right here, this triangle shape, to be pretty flat, if I'm not mistaken. So let's do a couple of these bad boys, or one of these maybe at least, maybe 2, in the middle. Do these need to be even? It would probably be better if they were. Let's see. Yep, that's good. All right. They're in the middle. There you go. And that looks pretty darn simple, but we're going to actually kind of elaborate around it and get a little more advanced as we go. Let's see. Let's do that. Ooh, I don't like the crunchy noise that dark red makes when you put it down. Let's see. See if we have the right pieces. That's going to be like that. There we go. And 1x4 would be terrific right now. Let's see if I can find any. There's 1, there's 2. Nice. I don't think you guys can exactly see what I'm doing, but we're starting to fill in as we go. There you go. A little bit of dark red, just kind of wrapping around that one. Ooh, that's bright. Turn that down. Wake up, camera. It's still too bright. I don't like how... Why is it all bright all of a sudden? Give me some black. Yeah, the auto brightness is going nuts on my camera, so sorry if you're getting blinded. Hopefully it'll ease off in a second. No? No? I can turn it off if necessary, but let's see. Whew. Configure video. Let's turn the brightness down just a hair. There we go. Okay. That should be a little better. It should be less fluctuating now. So let me know if the brightness gets bad again. James McGee says, gotta go get some sleep because I'm at my grandparents' later today, but I'm definitely going to come back to watch the video. It's already Sunday here in England. Good luck with the build and good night. Take care, James. Get some rest. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it, man. Brimstone is a real rock? Geology Joe, I love it when you come out of the middle of nowhere with these random amazing facts. So describe brimstone to me, Geology Joe. What is that? What is that like? Ryan says, I got 4 cheese wedges by me from doing some mud on Gotham. There you go. The night guy is here. Sweet Liberty! Exactly. We are building some Sweet Liberty right now, the night guy. That's my buddy who helped me with a bunch of dwarven questions I had for my dwarven mock not too long ago. Let's see, that one's broken. There we go. I'm a little apprehensive about working with dark red, but here we are. Okay. Let's wrap around here. I think this one will go pretty much to this one. This one will come in quicker and come around that way. So this one's going to come back and wrap around. There we go. So we're just being very diligent. Uh-oh, I saw a sign here. Viewers will experience buffering, so sorry if there's a little bit of buffering, everyone. We've got some dark red happening here. We're trying to create a line for the stones to follow. So making a little bit of a shape where rocks will happen and build up a little bit. And that's going to be, yeah, kind of a layer beneath the rocks that will just be peeking out a little bit, adding a little bit of textural shaping to it. So hopefully it'll make sense in a minute once I get a little bit further along. But let's see here. How much further along can we get? There we go. Oh, we don't like that one. It's a little dirty. Well, we're actually getting some really good progress tonight. We're about an hour into the stream, if my clock is working correctly. So, yeah, we're doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. Do I want to leave a tile around the outside edge and build on the inside? Or just build straight over the top? I think I'll just build straight over the top and not worry about it. We'll see. Let's see, that's 2x4 or equivalent. There we go. Awesome. All right. Let me show you guys what we got here. So filling out the red on the base layer and adding some areas where the terrain can go up just a hair with those light gray rock pieces that we pulled out earlier. The downside of using so much tan brick, yeah, that's my bad, Teaver, for sure. Lorem Ipsum says, broken alien figure today that I just bought. Space Police 3, tried to pull an arm off and it shattered. $10 minifig. Oh no, Lorem, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That always hurts. I've done that on a few occasions for sure. I've had a few torsos crack on me. Where did you get the infinite tan bricks? Off the wall or bulk buys? So that was actually part of a commission build that I did with Dude Perfect a number of years ago, Andrew. And we built a giant sandcastle for a cruise event that this big YouTube channel did. And the bill went great, the cruise went great. And once they were done, they said, hey, we don't need 30,000 tan bricks that we ordered for this huge castle that you guys built. Can we dispose of them and have you guys take care of them for us? We're like, absolutely. We'd be happy to come by and pick them all up. So they donated a small amount to a local hospital for kids to play with. But the vast majority of it we got. So we ended up keeping a bunch of it. So it was pretty fun. It worked out very well for us because we were, first of all, paid to do the build. Then we got all these pieces in the end of it. So it was a lot of pieces, and it was a lot of money to buy all those pieces off of Bricklink. But we got them. Little Gatorade. That's good. I still haven't gotten a sponsorship, but that's okay. I'm not in a big hurry. Charge says, got to go have dinner in a minute. No worries, Charge. Thanks for tuning in with us, having a good time. We'll be streaming for just a little bit longer at least. We're an hour in. I bet you I can get at least another 30 minutes, maybe two. Make it 2 hours total, so another hour. I'm feeling pretty good. I think we could do it. Let me put that there. Not that one. Let's do this one. There we go. So working on some rocks here. Let's come in just a hair on this. Oh, that's broken. We can't use that one. So that's the fun part of working with dark red. You actually find pre-broken pieces that you can't use. That ain't gonna work. Let's get a functional 2x4 would do the trick here. Another pre-broken piece. Look at that. It's crazy. Brittle reddish brown is a thing, people. Let's see. There we go. Thankfully I got a few more where that came from. That'll work. And I was planning on using light gray for plate filler, but it looks like I have some tan here that'll work great too. So, of course we've got tan filler plates. There we go. All right, let's get some light gray bricks out, shall we? Let's see here. So these rocks need to stay low profile versus tall mountains. It needs to be just kind of gentle plateaus of terrain here. I like that a lot. That looks cool. We'll do that one. So just adding little pieces that fit into this shape as well as possible. There we go. Oh, I like that. So, getting some nice... I have a lot of light bluish gray pieces to work with from all my castles and landscapes I've made in the past. So, just kind of wrapping those bricks around there to make it make sense. To add a little bit of a rock plateau here for the first layer. Let's see what we got, though. This one might work. Do I have the opposite of this? Hold on. Oh my gosh, these are all... So I just need the opposite side of one of these 4 slopes, but they're all the same side that I don't need. Haha! Finally, found one. That's the other side. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Fantastic. So now we've wrapped around that corner nicely. And that's probably about as high as this rock will go. Maybe 2 bricks high in some points, but 1 brick high and then add another layer of red plates to add to that terrain. Yeah, going well so far. This is already much more progress than I was expecting to get in a single hour, so... This would be a very quick 12-hour build if I was doing it that way. So I thought the stream froze, but you were just really enjoying that Gatorade. It might have frozen for a second, Teaver. Sorry, the YouTube is telling me that the stream is not streaming as much as it should, even though it's the same numbers I'm usually getting. So my apologies for that. But, oh, I missed Jelly Joe's comments on Brimstone. Let's see here. Jelly Joe says, it's a yellow sulfurous rock that forms around the edges or brims of volcanic craters, and it stinks like rotten eggs too. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Amazing. Oh, that Lego kid says, Mark, I just finished my Lego set. There you go, that Lego kid. That's awesome. Congrats. Due to the sulfur. It's gross, lol. Good grief. I never knew that. Now I know what to describe if I'm trying to... You say, well, I'll put you in some brimstone. You'll like that. Andrew said, had the supper in Belize. Not healthy. The cipher? Anyway, Ads should be banned during live streams. I agree, that night guy, but I also need to make money somehow. So make a little money, a couple dollars per live stream, basically. So brimstone is an archaic term for native sulfur deposited by volcanoes. Interesting. Nathan knows this stuff too. Weirdly, I came across a huge bag of 2x8 tan bricks at a reseller in town. Like Mark said, it was part of a big MOC in the past, I think. Interesting. 2x8 tan bricks. I don't know any specific MOC that would use all that, but I mean, that's useful. So, worth picking up. Okai said, I also recently learned the hard way that you should never remove the arms of a dark red fig from before 2018. At least it was just taser face. Yes, you gotta be real careful with dark red, reddish brown, those colors, and older figures, especially like Lord of the Rings figures. Do not do it. Just don't. Exactly. Ryan says, I put down a wedge earlier. It split in half. Yeah. If it's the wrong color, the wrong time, crack. Such a bad sound, too. Unfortunate. We've all been there, though. Let's see. I need a little tan plate. See if I can even find one. Maybe I'll grab a light gray one here. That'll work. Alright. Let's keep working on these rocks, shall we? I think I have... no, I don't. Let me get a 2x3 brick in gray. Or equivalent. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we got enough gray that we can use that instead of tan for some of these areas. So let's do that one there, and well, I'll think about that one. Maybe that one will go there instead. There. Yeah, I'll do that. Looks cool. All right, let's wrap around this corner a little bit and work this direction before we make sure. Dark red is worse than reddish brown in terms of breaking. It can be. I know my reddish brown tends to be the worst in my collection, but it kind of depends on what pieces you have. So. The Night Guy says, Taserface is a terrifying villain. Okay. Don't disrespect such a terrible space villain as him again. I remember Taserface. That was a funny aspect of that movie. Geology Joe says, Ryan, cheese wedges always split. Oh, it's so frustrating. I agree. Yeah, I've had dozens and dozens of those shatter over the years as well. It's tragic. It happens. So let me do this, and I might even get there you go. Might need a few more bricks underneath it actually first, huh? Taserface. There we go. We're getting into where the explosions should be happening here. So maybe just a few more bricks and then boom! So probably not too much further. Let's see here. I like that. Let's do that and do this. And that means we'll need this and that. Well, that could be a corner piece, right? Yeah. No? Yes. Yes. There you go. Looks good. I've got this big light gray corner piece. I don't know if I'm going to use that in the MOC. We'll see. We'll keep working with it, though. Bro, you're streaming so hard right now? I mean, we're trying, Malister. We're streaming as hard as we can. Having the wrong slow piece is so horrible. Yes, I encountered that earlier with 4 or 5 in a row of the same side, and that was annoying. But it worked out. It's still in the MOC I'm looking at in the bend of the stream. There you go. The Stupid Trooper is here. 2x10 used to be on the Pick-a-Brick wall forever ago. Ah, that's good to know, Stupid Trooper. And also, hi. Hey, Stupid Trooper. Glad you were able to make it. Feel free to like the video if you enjoy LEGO live streams. That LEGO Kid says, bye, Mark. Take care, that LEGO Kid. You have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry your live stream didn't go exactly to plan. Yeah. I've only had minifigs break, not bricks. You're doing good, Lucas. That's good. I have more breaks in the brick department than minifigures, so I tend to be a little more careful with a minifigure. With plates and bricks, I tend to just and it sometimes goes badly. I'm less careful because most bricks and plates are not as expensive as a minifigure is going to be. Usually. Not always, but let's say in most cases. Yeah, oh my goodness. I just need the other side, guys. Come on. Do I have any on the other side? Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll find out. Let's do that. You can do that. There you go. That looks good. We'll do that. Looks a little square. Be a bit right. I'm not sure about this line on the front. It's got that wedge there, which helps, but I might want to spruce it up just a hair. Let me see what we can do. Let's see what can be done over here. Would that be more dynamic to do that? Do we like that better? With the big curved slope? Maybe. I'll think about that one. We could always do something different if we wanted to. We'll figure that one out in a second. Here we go. See, this side was easy. This worked out perfectly on this side. I like that. I'll have to play around with the other one. Very nice. All right. Let's go ahead and just fill out a little bit more in this filler area because we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. But I will say this build is going so much better than the last Helldivers live stream. It's going very smoothly by comparison. I got the taser face fig. There you go, Ryan. That's awesome. Geology Joe says, the Pick-a-Brick wall in Nashville had so many good pieces last time I was there. Lots of bricks and plates. Nice. Yeah, I haven't been to the Nashville Lego store. I've been by it, but I haven't been to it. The Lego stores on the north side of Atlanta, there's two of them, tend to do pretty well on Pick-a-Brick walls. Andrew Riley says, is the Mona Lisa a good parts pack? From what I've seen, yes. I have not purchased it. I think it's a pretty cool looking set, but I haven't purchased it just because it was a little bit big, a little bit pricey, and I didn't need those color pieces at the time. Still don't really for the projects I'm working on. But Nathan says, also, I know a bit about rocks and minerals, but Geology Joe probably knows more than me. You probably both know more than me, Nathan, but that's pretty cool you knew that fact. So, Okai says, Night Guy, LOL. What did Night Guy say last? Put some respect on that name. Exactly, yeah. Taserface? Yeah, pretty funny. This MOC already rocks. Yeah, it's got rocks in it. So we're already ahead of the game as far as rock count. So... yeah, I'm not sure about that piece right there. Might be these ones that are causing that problem there. I'll mess with that later. I'll worry about that in a second. Not using red plates. Let me get some more light gray plates. 2x4s and such. Be right back. No 2x4s. Never mind. There's a few. Alright, we've got a few pieces here. You can also put an occasional light gray tile Yeah, maybe one or two. Nothing too crazy. Let's leave one brick of space right there, and then combine it in a second. And we could probably finish out this side, if we even want to finish out that side, because it might make sense to just go straight like gray there. Yeah, we'll do that. Sure. That sounds logical enough. That means we'll just do a light gray brick, and that's that height from now on. So. Thankfully, we still have a decent amount of light gray, even after using quite a bit of it in the Dwarven build not too long ago. But that's happening over on that side there. So that rock work in the front is just moving directly back. And we'll have some red going up on this side for another kind of plateau terrace area. So keeping it relatively flat, because we want that explosion to really stand out from the front and not have the terrain distract too much. It needs to be pretty subtle. Nothing too elaborate or grandiose. Absolute. Oh, Geology Joe says absolutely for tiles and lots of gold for sure. There you go. Geology Joe knows if that's a good parts pack or not. Lucas says I'd say so. There you go. Several people chiming in that it's a good parts pack. Okai says indeed Nashville has a good pick a brick when I visited too. So lots of good reviews from Nashville Lego store. Worth checking out. I don't think I'll be in Nashville this year, but I do. It's relatively close to where I live, so next time I'm there, I'll be sure to stop by. Mark, try using angled bricks instead of just slopes. That's what you did on that side. Good observation, Lucas. I will definitely try that because that one front area isn't working the way I want it to. So we'll try something else instead. We'll see if I can follow your advice here. That's the angled brick. Do we have another angled brick that I can use on that side? Could just use the opposite or this one. Ooh, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, Lucas was right. Let's get those off safely. There you go. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. So basically, we didn't have any more of those angled bricks, but we did have an angled slope there, which gave that a nice round shape on the front. Looks better, blends better with the other bricks too, I think. So, good tip though, Lucas, using a wedge versus more regular slopes. So, sometimes you just need a little bit of advice to get over a roadblock. You get a 1x1 plate of some shape. Anyone? Anyone? No? There's one. There you go. Fill in that gap. Awesome. Another 2x2 would be fabulous, but I don't see any. There we go. You know what else would be cool? The 2x3 with a rounded edge right there. Yeah. We'll do that. Okay. Well, that's looking good. Let's put a little bit of tan filler. I'm liking this side more, so I think I'm going to keep building on this side just a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more filler brick. To put on that side. Another 4x8 plate. Yes, 4x8 plate would be perfect right there too. So there we go. Needs a little rock island in the lava. There you go. Ryan says, I'm so jealous of your color quantity, I can only imagine. I'm very grateful that I have a lot of pieces and a lot of colors. So in most situations, I'm doing pretty good. Some of them I still don't have a lot of, but I'm better than average for sure. Better than many. I'm very grateful. Let's see. Down there, that one there. That one there. Kind of make sure that's not too visible for people. Yeah. Andrew B is here. Ah, I'm late. Outside cutting the grass like an idiot. Hey, no worries, Andrew. You made it. We're here. We're still streaming for quite a while. I think it's been a little over an hour now, so not too bad. We should theoretically be able to go till about 9:15 Eastern time. Depends on what time zone you're in. So. The Night Guy says, I may be a dwarf specialist, but that doesn't mean I know about rocks. Some people don't know about rocks. Malachi says, Grumpy J, are you watching Oilers win? Uh-oh! Smack talk from Malachi. Let's see. Malachi, it's only the first period. It's the game has barely begun, Malachi. You gotta give him a little credit. Ryan says, I've been buying the 3-in-1 for new parts. Yeah, creator sets are great for parts. That's a awesome source of Lego in most situations. Ooh. Thanks. I'd say so too, Mark. There you go, Lucas. Absolutely. Oh, Fall Equinox is here. Good to see you, Autumn. Now that Autumn's here, I actually want to mention something. Autumn's been, and many of my other friends, but also Autumn, have been posting great pictures from Brickworld Chicago, and it looks like an amazing time. I'm so happy for all of them. But I got a little bit of FOMO, you know, when you see all this excitement and great mocks, and I'm a little sad I couldn't make it this year, but I'm happy for all of them, so that's great. And Autumn was also kind enough to send me some photos of some mocks, particularly some Ice Planet mocks that were very, very inspirational. I'm looking forward to seeing some of these builders post some pictures on their own socials too. But yeah. Very, very cool that Brickworld is happening. Happy for those people. So, Jelly just says, I'm still waiting for Lego to make bricks in reddish orange, not just plates and tiles and those other ones. Yeah, they haven't put any useful pieces in those new colors yet, have they, Jelly Joe? Malachi says, is Helldivers a Lego original theme or a video game? It is definitely a video game, and it's not anything connected with Lego at the moment. I don't think it'll be connected with Lego for a while because it's very militaristic. You've got these weapons and stuff. They're normal humans fighting against bugs, robots, and squids. But, yeah, it's a little bit battle-oriented, so I don't think LEGO will be partnering with them for any time soon. They did partner with stuff like Fortnite and Star Wars, which are also battle-oriented, so you never know, but I'd be surprised if they did immediately start making Helldivers stuff, so. It's amazing, Grumpy. I got to show off one of my mocks of Tiago. Oh, nice. That's pretty exciting. Meeting notable figures in the LEGO community can be a real treat. And a lot of LEGO people will go to Chicago for the mocks. So that's pretty cool. I really just used all the one color of green I had. You used up all your green, Ryan? I've done that many times. So. The Stupid Trooper says, I've been attempting to gather a bunch of dark turquoise for some alien landscape. That would be a sick color for an alien landscape, that the Stupid Trooper. Because teal is just a great color, but it's... Oh, man. I think that's a great choice to make an alien landscape. So. In particular. Well, let's put a few more red plates up here. And I think I know the first one I'm putting down is going to be right here. There you go. Because this front part... But hold on, do we want to have some dark red there too? Or do we want to go straight into red again? This is a conundrum here, guys. So, let me put this back. It might make sense to have a layer of red again, dark red. Or it might make sense to go straight into red. Based on what's happening beneath the rocks, maybe dark red would be good, but also normal red might be fine too. Let me think about that one for a second. That's a tricky one. I'm not sure what the best solution would be. Either option's valid. You could explain it either way. I don't have a ton of pieces in either color, so one or the other would probably be good. Don't break on me. That one's acting sus. I don't like that. Hold on. Okay, just needs more support. Let me get that done. There you go. Yeah, we might just add dark red underneath, because we can do that. There you go. And then add that. So I think just because we're trying to be a little detailed and extra, we're going to add dark red underneath there. But honestly, I think it could be either way. Yeah, just a little bit of dark red would make sense. It's tricky though. Honestly, either way. In some cases, it might make sense to go straight red. Some cases, not all cases. And we need some more smaller red plates, like a 1x2 would be great. A 1x1 might work. Let's put that one down and put that one down. There you go. No. Get some 2x4s here. Same here, Mark. I'm so jelly. Yeah, I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one. Lucas says, I want to take my MOCs to Chicago next year. Yeah, Lucas, if you got some castles to display, that'd be pretty awesome. Serious FOMO, I'm way out in California. Yeah, Joe, you're way further than even me. So yeah, that'd probably have to be a flight for you. That'd be a long drive. Let's see. Andrew Riley says, this is where the whole thing gains ground. Doom. Doom would be awesome. I would love to build some Lego Doom sometime. But that would be tricky because they really haven't made any Doom-like minifigures. He'd be crazy looking. Jelly Joe says, I really want to go so I can meet you all. Yeah, Jelly Joe, we've never met in person to my knowledge. So yeah, that'd be exciting to be able to see you in person. Talk all about Lego and rocks. So Jelly Joe says dark red, in my opinion. Yeah, dark red seems to be the consensus here. What's going on above the dark red? More flat red terrain and then probably another step of light gray. So because of the strata look of this scene so far, I think dark red is probably the way to go. But yeah. BDP revealed Series 8 today. Yes, Autumn. I saw that on Instagram. Thankfully, there were people sharing pictures of that. But yeah, a lot of great looking sets, honestly. I'm excited for a number of them. I don't know if I'm going to spring for any of them to buy them, but we'll see. It's possible. At least they're cool enough that I would be tempted to buy them, because some of the Bricklink Designer Program sets I'm not so excited by. But those I am. Pretty cool looking. Let's put this right there. But I'm honestly very pleased with this terrain so far. I'm liking the look of it a lot. It's working pretty well. Let's see what other dark red slopes and plates we got here. Will that work? Yeah, sure. There we go. We'll do that. And do this, probably. Here. There we go. So, looking like red terrain to me. There you go. So pretty organic looking so far. I think I could probably stand to add just a few more little round tiles in there. I'll probably do that now, since I'm thinking about it. Eventually, the entire surface will be covered in Lego flowers as well. Lego red flowers. Because the grass on Crimsica is red, and therefore it should have some plant-like texture to it. So that should be interesting. Let's do a flat stone right there. Well, nope, that won't snap down. Okay. Here we go. And this won't quite work. Yeah. Oh yeah, just a little sprinkle of stony detail right there. Just like that. Very nice. Just a little salt on the top of your food there. So Malachi, what's the score now? Grumpy J's not watching it. I don't have cable, so I can't watch live sports, but dinner time. Bye, y'all. Thanks, Mark. Take care, Joe. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you. Malachi says, haha, I was waiting for that, Grumpy J. Oh, wait a minute. So maybe the Panthers have scored and have caught up or passed the Oilers. Oh, dear. Oh, Andrew says, love you all. It's late here. And take care, Andrew. Thank you for stopping by. Do what you gotta do. Get some rest. So, Ben Kenobi says, wow, some serious progress. Yeah, this mock is... this is going to be done in a relatively quick amount of time once we're done streaming tonight. Like, this is probably another day maximum. Like, this is going well. Landscapes. I can't stress enough how easy landscapes are compared to other things. When you have to build mechs, when you have to build a dwarven forge, it takes a week. But when you do landscapes, it just takes a single day. It's every single time. These are my jam. But let's see. I think I have an inverted... There you go. Yes. There you go. Landscapes are my favorite. One might even say they're my forte. There you go. Okay. And we've got that nice inward curve wrapping around right there. Gives it a very organic look around that edge. I like it. Don't want to get too far forward because I do want to be careful about how this explosion works. I probably will have to build the explosion separately and then attach it kind of securely in here and then build the terrain to fit underneath it like a collar. So we'll see. But I can still work on this side some more. There's definitely some red that needs to be put in this corner. So we might just turn this and move over here for a minute. Because we haven't even gotten nearly as far this side. So one thing I might do is wrap back around this way. Yeah. Malachi says, honestly, don't care much about watching hockey, but I'm in Edmonton now, so I feel like I'm required to watch. Yeah, if you're in Edmonton, Canada, then yeah, hockey is kind of a big deal there. So that you need to at least be up to date on the current games. I don't watch a lot of sports, but I do like NFL football, pro football. I do like watching that. I'll probably watch it again, or at least keep up to date on highlights and stuff this upcoming year, so we'll see. Ryan says, thanks, Mark. You just helped me so much. I did? Well, glad. What did I help you with? Hold on, let's see. What did I say? I'm glad I helped, Ryan. I don't even know how, but thank you. You're welcome. I returned from my dinner. Did I miss anything important? Not too much, Nexus. But yeah, we've just been slowly chipping away at this landscape, and I'm really enjoying it so far. This is very much coming together. This has been a lot better, more successful stream than the last time we tried to do Helldivers stuff. But yeah, the terrain is being fleshed out very nicely as we speak. A nice secure foundation, and we can really get going on making it look cool. It's looking just like the place in the Helldivers game. It's very accurate. Let's see. I think I need just a few more dark red plates, so hold on 1 second. That will work. There we go. Cool. All right. Awesome. So, I'm doing something that's kind of illegal. And we're using the broken plates that we found earlier with the broken pieces facing inside the MOC. So you're only seeing the detailed edge that's not broken. Some people would look down on that. I think it's resourceful. That's what I'm going to describe that as. I mean, it's nice that the Lego pieces still have a life afterwards, so it's good. Let's see. Let's do this. And this. That'll work. A few more slopes and pieces over here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. Oh, come on. I missed JoJo again. Gosh darn. I didn't realize that, Nexus. I'm so sorry. Yes, JoJo was here and chatted for quite a while. He went and got some dinner, I think, so you missed him, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, man. I don't know what to say. That is unfortunate. You'll catch him again on a stream someday. You'll see him again. Okay, let's get another like that. That works. Let's do. Can that work? Yeah. And one more like this. And we can get back to light gray. Yeah, so kind of just doing slopes going this way, meaning slopes going this way. I should have a little bit of a point into the rock here. So this should look more round on this end and kind of morph into another rock coming up this way. So looking at making it look very round and pancake shaped on that point there. Yes. Let me get some more light bluish gray plates here. But I consider this very, very good progress on this stream so far. Lots of great building happening. This is already much more impressive than previous live streams we've been working on. Looks like a rock river. It kind of does, Ryan, yeah. With terrain questions. Gotcha. Yeah, terrain is terrain's interesting. I like terrain. Okai says, I don't care about the sports balls unless it's made out of Lego. Good mindset there, Okai. Nathan says, farewell. Take care, Nathan. Thanks for stopping by. Teaver says, hide the flaws. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, exactly. Have the broken edge on the inside so people can't see it. Lucas says, I second using the broken ones, Mark. Make the most of what you have, I say. Exactly. Good point, Lucas. Chrome Vader says, rebuilt the gear trains on the GBC, but now the rewinder broke. Oh, I hope this isn't foreshadowing for Brick Road in a few weeks. Oh no, Chrome Vader, that's coming up, isn't it? Oh dear. Yeah, I hope that comes together well for you and doesn't have any more problems. Speaking good vibes to your situation there. Let's see. Some plates would be great. I don't know. I think I can go just a little bit more. Yeah, let's do like that. And we could probably do one like this. Probably do one like that. Do I have a 1x2? I do have a 1x2. There we go. And another 2x4 would be glorious, but I don't see one. So we'll have to scrounge one up. That'll work. There you go. So when you have two slopes kind of meeting in the middle, it's easy enough to just kind of seam it together like that. Make it make sense. I like that though. Looks good. We'll have a similar situation over here in a little bit. We could probably honestly have that come in a little bit further and not end so abruptly. We'll see. One easy way would be to get one of these. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. Well, we're working there, so we might as well keep working on it. I keep wanting to delay and go back to the side that's working better. Alright, let's get this one there. A 2x4 or similar size plate would work great. Yeah, 2x4. Here we go. Oh, no, I lied. A 2x2. There we go. And some more gray bricks. Night Guy says, I agree with Mark. We should hide our flaws so no one ever sees them. Mark is so wise. That's not what I meant, the Night Guy. That's just, you're taking what I said about a small broken piece and being resourceful and applied that to a whole life philosophy. No, that's not what I meant. The terrain looks great. I like how it looks. The blue-gray is integrated with the red. Yep, thank you, Follow Equinox. Yes, it's actually, like, it kind of works somehow. It's a weird color combination, but I'll have to, on the thumbnail of this video, you can see just a little bit blurred in the background, the planet Crimsica, where the Helldivers, I've had many battles on that planet, and it just has a very cool look. So yeah, that's trying to capture that with this scene here. And I think it's kind of just works by default. So it's great. So. One Gatorade down. I'm trying to stick to one per stream. Don't want to overdo it on the Gatorade. Let's put a few red plates down here. That would help fill in this space a little bit nicely. Oh, I don't like that plate because it's covered in dirt. Old plate. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think the dark red mixed in really helps make it feel organic and natural. So, if only real life clicked together like Lego. I mean Legos. Tiva, are you gonna now just pronounce it Legos every time? Just because I said I prefer when people don't use the S. Oh dear. But yeah. If only real life was as simple and easy as Lego system. I think that's probably why IKEA furniture is popular, because it's basically just a big Lego set. That's my theory. I could be wrong though. Let's see here. There we go. A 2x3 brick would be delightful, as well as a 1x2 to fill in that spot right there. Well, that's a 2x3 brick, but it's old light gray, and I don't think that's going to work because it's very visible, and I don't want old light gray visible on this scene. There we go. Doink. And doink. Sweet. Now, this is where we can get a little bit more creative with some of the wedge pieces, because on the underside, you can't use wedges underneath there combined with other red plates too easily. You probably actually technically could in some cases, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. So we're going to use some of these pieces here. Actually, this might work really well right there. And that one going down. There you go. I'm worried that some of these dark red plates are definitely going to break. Fingers crossed that they don't break. We'll see how that works. Yeah, go do one more of these. There we go. Let's get like that. Now, do we have enough of the regular red to go on top? We'll figure that out in a second, I guess. Well, not really seeing the ones I was looking for here, but... Oh, no, hold on. Yes! That will work perfectly right there. Nice. So, nice detailed edge of dark red for the top here. Oof, shots fired. Sentru is here. Good to see you, Sentru. Hello, all. Turning in late. Stoked to see more work on Helldivers. Yes, a lot more work on Helldivers. Landscape is so much easier than trying to make terminated bugs. Those guys were giving me a hard time a couple weeks ago. The night guy says, every time I get IKEA furniture, a random pedestrian or civil servant breaks down my door and yells, hey, before another worldly voice starts narrating what I'm building and what it's used for. Crazy. That's a crazy story, night guy. I'm worried about you now. Fall Equinix says, fingers crossed emoji, yes. No breaks so far. We've found 3 broken plates from previous misadventures, but haven't not that I've felt or heard anything break, so fingers crossed. Don't want to jinx it, but doing good so far. Got a few more light gray pieces over here. Alright. Just a little more filler right there. And probably that will work great. Oh, that one sounded a little sus right there. Oh dear. I think it'll be fine. Not to worry. It's just breaking. It's just breaking a little. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. Neither should you. There you go. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. I can live with that. Let's do that right there. That looks pretty good to me. Yep, that's doing it. Let's get a little close up for you guys here. So after completing that little rock ledge right there, we've now worked our way to the point where we've got some very nice wedges happening here. And this is going to be fairly visible because limited plants, low profile, underneath an explosion behind everything. That's going to be basically the background of the scene is a huge fireball. So yeah, looking good. We'll keep working on that side a little bit. Let's read some of the comments here. Lucas says, a man can't sit in IKEA city. Quick, build the chairs, sit the people. New IKEA city chairs, each sold six. We got some really weird IKEA stories going on just because I brought up IKEA. Grumpy J drops the ice planet figure emoji. Love it. Andrew Riley says the flow works great. Lots of depths. Yeah, exactly. A little bit of a side-winding texture. A lot of rocks tend to look like this. I've seen a lot of rocks in my travels and hikes. So, emergency meetings is the night guy. Just don't take that piece back off. Yeah, never disassemble a dark red creation. That's how you do it. Okay says, LOL, old Lego commercials certainly were something. Yes. Oh, we're talking about City. Hey. Yeah, old Lego City commercials were honestly a vibe, for sure. A man has fallen into the river in Lego City. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Malachi. If you haven't seen him in real life, look up YouTube videos, or some. Some of them aren't appropriate that they've edited it together. Grumpy J, thank you so much for sending 5 Marco Forworth gift memberships. Appreciate you. A couple of people have gotten memberships now, so. Your color choice is right on. Oh, thank you, Ryan. Yeah, well, this is kind of based off of a real environment created in the game, but yeah, red, dark red, and light gray working pretty well. So I'm very much enjoying how this is appearing so far. It'll look great with the black and yellow Helldivers figures, and you got a big explosion behind him with some bugs getting blasted into space. It'll be great. So should be a very compelling scene once it's completed. Let's get just a little more dark red over here. Let's finish this side up a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, again with this one side, I need the other side. I don't see it here though. Are these all the same side? Oh no! No! Look at this! This is crazy! Wow. I thought I had multiples of different sides, but look, they're all the same side. What is that, 6? I need the other side. Not that side. I'm doomed! Oh well. Here's what we could do. I think I've got this. We have it come back in just a little bit. And then go to a point. Maybe? Ooh! Yeah, we might have to do that. We could make this come back a little bit. Yeah, we'll do that instead. That'll look cool. Alright. I figured out a little side bit here. There you go. So in order to make this just a little bit more special than that one side, we've come in a little bit further, and we'll have just a 1x4 light bluish gray brick right there, and probably back here as well. So that'll make sense. Okay, says Mark. I'm something of a rock scientist myself. Yes, I know how rocks are supposed to look. I may not know much about them. I'm an expert on the appearance of rocks. I'll put it that way. Sneeze Hammer is here. Boom. Look at that. Yep. Look at us. Look at us. Nixon Zach says, problems often have solutions that we just don't see. Exactly. Just gotta play around with the pieces until it all comes together. Like the broken pieces covered up by Mark. The night guy. You're never gonna let that go. And that's okay. That's all good. Dr. Deasley is here. Good to see you, Dr. Deasley. Never caught a live stream before. Fun to see you building going normal speed. Yeah, it's not ×2 or ×5. We're just building at a very leisurely pace tonight, Dr. Deasley. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you. If you haven't already, consider liking the video. It helps a lot. The more likes the video gets, the more views happen afterwards on the replay. So feel free to do that. So Ryan sent 5 Marco with memberships as well. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you. And the Night Guy got a membership. Nice. A bunch of other people got them too. Me too. This has been fun so far. Yeah, Lucas, if you've never made a live stream before, then yeah, it's usually a pretty good time. So, I'm going to head out. Are you streaming Sunday? That's the plan, Autumn. I should be streaming. I'm hoping to stream at 4 on Eastern Time, which would be 3 Central if you're still in Chicago. So, but yeah, that's the plan. Assuming I'm not exhausted from having lunch with my family, we should be fine. So, should be good to go. There we go. Yeah, I'm almost hesitant to go too much further back because I want to make sure that explosion at the back looks just right. I don't know if it's going to be just an orb of fire, like just a sphere, or if it's going to be more like a mushroom cloud, like a light bulb shape. So we'll see. I got to play around with it now. I got to see what explosions look like in the game. And what I'm trying to replicate is the Eagle 500 bomb, which you can drop on enemies. And it's called a 500 because it's 500 kg size bombs, huge when it lands. And it just becomes like this huge glowing orb of explosion. So it's pretty cool looking when it happens in the game. But yeah, we'll see how that is best to capture in Lego. And that's definitely going to be off camera when that happens. So. You gonna party now, Autumn? I mean, Brickworld is always a party, so she's probably been partying quite a bit. But family can be exhausting, yes. I'm just not a social person in general, so I will see. If I'm feeling energetic Sunday afternoon, it'll probably be at 4. If I'm not feeling energetic, it'll probably be at 7:15. I'd rather stream at 4. I think that's a better time on Sunday, but we'll see. Off to charity auction. Thanks, Grumpy. Enjoy the charity auction, Autumn. Have a great time in Brickworld. Take lots of pictures. So I'll actually maybe be able to make it to a live stream on a Sunday finally. Hey, never know, Night Guy. If you're able to make it, that'd be awesome. Like when Steven dropped the bomb on me the time I played it with. Did Steven drop a 500 kg on you during a Helldivers match? That's funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever dropped the big 500 Eagle bomb on me during a match, but I've dropped one on myself during a match, kind of by accident. I just wanted to make sure the bugs perished. That was the top priority, you know? Whatever happened to me was for democracy, you know? You gotta have ultimate patriotic expression there, so... Yeah, Helldivers can be pretty hazardous for your characters. Oh. Ooh. Okay, definitely sounded sus. That took way more effort to snap that plate down than it should have. But I think it looks good. So it's gonna stay. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Oof. Okay. Yep, that'll work. You can even get away with a cheese slip or two. Here or there. We'll do that. Yeah, so in order to keep it more organic, we're kind of cutting back in a little bit on that side, even though ultimately it'll all be one brick higher at the back level here. And we might even be able to go one more tier of rock right here coming this way. So it's even a little bit higher on this side, and it's a little bit lower on this side. We'll see. So, but, man, I am very pleased with the look of this terrain so far. I think it looks just like what we're trying to do, which is kind of a very subtle but brightly colored landscaping. Still a lot of stuff to do, especially the explosion and the enemy figures. But we've got the Helldivers, we've got the terrain foundations very nicely built. This MOC should turn out really well. It might not have so much of a long video on the YouTube channel, but we'll try to do our best. So, I don't know why the focus is out of focus now. Let's come back into focus, everybody. Anyway. Oh, Darkside Berserkers! Hey man, glad to catch the live stream even though it's a bit late. My work's Wi-Fi is stuck today. No worries, Darkside Berserkers. I was mentioning you earlier. We were talking about Helldivers, of course. Your build on Felucia in Star Wars / Helldivers was very inspiring. So we're back on Helldivers, and we've gotten a lot of progress done on Crimsica. Hopefully you're able to see as I was showing it off earlier. So the terrain is really shaping up nicely. We've got a very basic square platform because we're trying to go really crazy with some lighting effects in the back for a giant explosion. I want an Eagle 500 to be going off right here as Helldivers and enemies are getting blown into the stratosphere. So we'll see. But yeah, that's the plan. Woo, did everyone see Mark's white legs? Do I have white legs? Yeah, I got white legs. I'm kind of white. I don't know if it was a 500 kg. I just know I was there 1 second and not there and then the next. That's how Helldivers is. It's a fun video game. Very intense. Yeah. I've dropped bombs on myself and people around me in the game because sacrificing yourself for democracy is pretty based. Exactly. You said it, Night Guy. Danger close every time, '07. For sure. Yes, that's the delightful thing about Helldivers is you always can drop back in. There's always another chance. Unlike real life, you don't want to do that in real life. But yeah, we are about at 2 hours. I'm pretty tired, and I've gotten to a point where I think I want to be a lot more careful with how we're building because that explosion is going to be pretty layered. Let's put it that way. It's not as simple as just building the landscape out that looks cool. So, but yeah, we've gotten a fantastic amount of progress done. I'm really pleased with what's been accomplished. Thank you everyone who decided to stop in tonight. It was a great stream. We had a lot of people tune in, a lot of friends, a lot of good conversations had. A lot of us are sad we're not at Brick World, but at least some people are there to enjoy it for us. So, but yeah, so we're gonna probably wrap it up tonight. Oh, and Ryan has shown up. Sorry, Ryan, we are on the closing remarks now, Ryan. My apologies, but feel free to watch the replay. You can see this build really come to life. Lots of pieces put down. Very pleased. So, yay, this has been fun. Glad to have helped. Yes, Lucas, several great suggestions from you on building techniques and strategies. So thank you for that. Thank you, everyone, for attending the stream. It went great. But yeah, let's close it out here. All right. So keep an eye out this week as we should have another Mark's Mock Review episode dropping either Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon this week. Have not filmed that yet, but it should be filmed either tomorrow or the day after. So keep an eye out for that. After that, we should have another D&D episode drop next weekend. So if you're into that, if you're enjoying the Dungeons and Dragons and Legoland, keep an eye out for that one as well. We should have more live streams. First of all, tomorrow we should have a sorting stream for at least an hour, and then more live streams again next weekend. Probably returning back to Ice Planet, but we'll see. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.